Good morning, everyone. Again, I welcome in the channel of Biodiversity and Conservation of Ambika Prasad Research Foundation. And today we will discuss about animal defense mechanism. So you can observe here that I have written if we could read the animal behavior, could read the key potential of medicinal plants. And if we can understand it, we can reduce genetic disease prevention. Always a lot of questions came in my mind like how did a sparrow learn to collect nicotine heavy cigarette birds to reduce mite infection in their nest. You can observe here that in first photograph there is some birds, they are Indian skimmer, a threatened species. In second photograph, a grass Saccharum spontaneum, and both have a close relationship. So we have to understand the relationship between flora and fauna, and if we can understand the relationship between flora and fauna, we can get key of a medicinal plant, we can characterize of a medicinal plant. Here you can observe some question like the curative or preventive properties of plants are identified by first time by wildlife or human beings. I always give answer that by wildlife. There is a one publication published in Scientific African. Uh, this is the antioxidant potential of flavonoids, glycosides from a particular plant, Maniphatum falvum. So three important things they have reported like anti-parasitic values, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antiseptics. My question is, who discovered these above values? Human or animal or God or alien? We will get the answer. We have observed that animal species have developed their own pharmacy from nature. During 2000, I was in Rajasthan and suddenly I observed that cat started consuming grasses and after some time she vomited. So this is a unusual phenomena we observed and we found that it is uh, their own pharmacy or their action to reduce the infections, microbial infections, or to cure. So this is the self-medication, and self-medication could be a source of medicinal agents in future. So you can observe, like in 1960, Nashida and Richard and Jan Godel observed that chimpanzee consuming aspera leaves. Chimps were swelling lips. And another thing that aspera leaves have a no nutritional values or less nutritional values. Then why they are consuming? The answer is self-medication. In 1996, Michael Huffman observed in Climate Research Institute at Kyoto University, and wrote, he documented that parasite ridden constipated chimpanzee in Tanzania chewed the leaves of noxious plant it would normally avoid. By the next day, the chimpanzee was completely recovered. He studied and observed same practices in 25 regions involving 40 different plant species. Then we have given one establishment of self-medications is a theory. That theory is the plant consumed cannot be a regular part of animal diet. The plant must provide little or no nutritional value to the animal. The plant must be consumed during those time of year when parasites are most likely to cause infections. Other animals in the group don't participate. So it could be a new tools for pharmacological research, but it is the oldest tool to know about the medicinal values of a plant species uh, through the behavior of wildlife. So you can observe this question like why bear, deer, and various carnivores sometimes they consume plants. why lizards are eating a certain root to counter the venom, why fruit fly lay eggs in plants containing high ethanol levels, why red and green macaw eat clay, why female woody spider monkey add unique plants in their diet, why pregnant elephant in Kenya eat the leaves of some tree before delivery. During 2007 to 2009, Barbara Forth and Hoffman observed in Congo Basin, worked at Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology, and they observed that in Salagona National Park, they observed that pygmy chimps consuming a shrub, Maniphyton falbum, the animals would layer the leaves on their tongue, produce saliva, and fold the leaves back, forming a bowl while avoiding their lips. Result or output: lips may heal wound caused by parasite and possibly have anti-inflammatory benefits. And they published their work in African Journal of Primatology and Panas. So you can observe again that Maniphytum falbum during the rainy season, okay, chimpanzee consume leaves with larva of insect or parasite. So they need anti-helminthics. Okay, so because they need anti-helminthing and they know about the Maniphytum falbum, they consume and they cure. You can observe here that package of leaves still folded is recovered from faeces package unfolded manually. You can observe this one, that plant eating by a dog. This is also a self-medication. White nose cottage take the menthol scented resin from bark of a particular tree, rub it into their own fur. Okay, it will act like a what that means there is some protectors, okay, which kill the ectoparasites, ticks, and avoid mosquitoes. So it is a zoopharmacognosy. It means a study of the behavior of wildlife, and from there we will get a plant having a therapeutic or prophylactic activity. How? One day, a couple of million years ago, an animal had a stomach ache. For reason unknown, grabbed a leaf, okay, then and felt better. The animal remembered the action and went to the same plant whenever the stomach ache returned and passed their knowledge on their progeny. So that is zoopharmacognosy. And you can observe some other researchers, they have also published that knowledge when consumption of medicinal plant by golden langur in Assam, India. And now you can observe our observation. So I have written here a journey from animal to manufacturing of drugs. You can observe some evidences the researchers they have published. So here you can observe chimpanzees sometimes consume leaves of Vennonia, which have anti-parasitic potential against Leishmania. These are some evidences, published evidences. You can observe here. Wood ants incorporate resin into their nest to inhibit the growth of microorganisms. And these are some evidences, some research. Here you can observe like chimpanzee and the relationship between medicinal plant and chimpanzee. They consume the young leaves of Ficus asperatus because it has a specific types of compound. You can observe in this table Rubia cordifolia, they have triterpenes, Vernonia, they have steroidal glycosides. And like this also we can discuss about the human-elephant conflict. So because the elephant also consumes some medicinal plant and we people, we extract the medicinal plants or their food plants having the medicinal values are in search of those foods, elephant come out from the forest and conflict happened. So you can observe so how we can reduce the conflict using medicinal plant. Here you can observe it is a Coccinia grandis usually not nowadays usually we are not able to observe in forest area but easily available in rural areas, in village areas, and elephant consume it. So it's another cause of conflict. Here you can observe Tinospora cordifolia. Okay, from the dung of elephant, and Tinospora cordifolia give immunity. So a lot of plant species elephant consumes having medicinal values like Abutilum indicum, Spargus racemosus, Cassia fistula, Dillenia pentagina, Dioscorea bulbifera, Smilex gialanica. Okay, this is our work. We have published Food Plants Assessment of Asian Elephant in Dhaka district of Odisha, India, Tools for Mitigation of Human-Elephant Conflict. And just we have written a book. Also, you can observe here that how the plants or medicinal plants are related with flexible species like tiger preferred food. One, we have taken wild boar. Wild boar usually consume the tuberous plant like Dioscorea species, Perculogocoids, costus, asparagus, root of many climb birds. And you can observe here that Indian wild boars selectively dig up and eat the tuberous plants. Human age use agent anti-helmintic. Here you can observe that another preferred food, the Indian gourd. Okay, they also consume some specific type of medicinal plants. I have written Desmodium, Strobilanthus, Grevia, Vitex, Cassia, Helictus, Tecto, Anacardium, Gardenia. So now we will talk about the Indian giant squirrel. You can observe that they consumed the fruit of wood apple. Here also you can observe some species. Okay, and all species have some medicinal values. We have written one book also, Yotefa indica in medicinal plants. You can observe there. Now we can think about the epiphoral species also. This is the one birds. Okay, they put neem, karanja, and some other plant species. Okay, against fungal infections or insect attack. These are the some works we have published. Phytochemistry of food plants of Columba punica, new foods in the diet of orange-breasted green pigeon, correlation between food of the Indian skimmer and its behavior, some some other medicinal plants and related wildlife. So the aim of this session that we should think about the community conservations. We have to think about the relationship between plants and animal. And if we can understand the relationship between plant and animal, we can conserve them easily. So thank you very much for this session.